Hi, it's Mucha Marapra. I'd like to welcome you to the Small Business Advertising Seminar. The lessons are ready, you just have to click the button below. But before you do, I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts with you. Number one, about what the seminar is about and how it will help you. But number two, I wanted to provide you with some immediate information that will really help you and comfort you as you sort of try and figure out how to make your advertising money work for you, because this is the purpose of it. This is to show you how you can actually put £1 in, or $1 or a rand or a euro or whatever currency you pay in and get $1.50 back. So you must keep advertising, but we've got to find a way that it can work more and better than it has before. This is my 14th year in business as an entrepreneur and a small business owner, and there have naturally been some highs and there have been some not so highs. And my relationship with advertising can only be described as love-hate. On one side, I knew and understood and appreciated the merits of advertising, that need to invest in order to gain a customer. But on the flip side, I was hearing about how easy it was to advertise on Google or Facebook with its low clicks, at YouTube, Bing, some of the local magazines and newspapers, and I wasn't having any success. And mentally, it put me in a big, bad place, really. I remember the song by Don Henley where he says, "Have you noticed that an angry man will only get so far until he reconciles the way he thinks things ought to be with the way things are?" And that was me. I just sort of thought, you know what, this is what it is. Rather than worry about, oh, I should be doing better, or these people should be delivering for me, I just need to see how I can improve. So I started studying and I started working on some personal development as well. And Jim Rohn it was, who has mentored amongst others Tony Robbins, said, "Don't ever wish that things were easier, but wish that you were better." So this was my commitment, to get better at advertising, and I started studying people from decades ago who had proven advertising principles. Now, two things happened. Number one, naturally, my ability to market and advertise just shot up. I became more confident and accomplished, and I started getting some results. But secondly, and even more important, and that's what I want to share with you now, was the fact that I realized all these great advertising people who I was studying from, and I'll introduce you to in the seminar, they were not working alone. Let me explain. All right, so what I'm going to show you here is the second real big takeaway that I got, because even though these great advertising people had taught a lot of proven principles, it also became obvious that they weren't alone in their ability to get results for their customers. And let me show you what I mean here. This is you or I, okay? So I'm going to put this box here, all right? And I'm going to put E for entrepreneur. I'm going to put SBO for small business owner. And I'm even going to put the non-profit there as well. And what it is we have are these products, programs, and services that we are trying to sell. And we are trying to sell it to these people here. Okay? Now, of course, we know it's quite difficult to get to them, so we rely on various media. Okay? So we put media. Now, that could be Google, that could be Facebook, that could be YouTube ads, it could be Bing, it could be the yellow pages, and yes, people still use the yellow pages. It could be radio, it could be TV, etc. Local magazines, you name it, all right? So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to get to all these people. But what we need is, we need these media platforms because they've got access. I mean, in the case of Facebook, for example, they say they've got over 1 billion people who we can put our products, services, and programs in front of. However, the advertisers, the ones who have taught us these lessons, they weren't alone, because what it started out with was an account manager. Now, the account manager's job was to liaise with us. He would massage our egos a little bit. He would keep us encouraged. He would let us know that our business was very important to him and to his organization. But this is where it moved over here. Next was the creative director. Now, while the account manager was very much our guy and important to us, The creative director, his focus was on these people. He would spend all his time trying to really understand how our products, our programs, and our services could appeal to these people. So if we owned a restaurant, he would want to know what makes this person go and eat in this kind of restaurant. If we're a health club or a personal trainer, what makes somebody go and find this particular gym? If we're a financial investor, right, what makes us go and find that financial advisor, that place where we can invest our money? And from this information, from really studying these people, this is where he would come up with what is called the big idea, okay? So he's the ideas guy, would hardly have much dealings with us until it came to present some of these ideas. But this is where it moves on. He would then speak to the copywriter, because once he's very clear on what the problems are that these people are looking for, what relief, what transformations they're seeking, the copywriter would start writing the headlines. He'll start using those wonderful words that can persuade, that can use psychology to get people to make this buying decision. And then finally, there would be the production or the art department. Those are the ones who would use the nice fonts. If we were using photographs or pictures, they would draw them up. So do you see that instead of us just doing it all alone, there were all these different stages that would assist us getting our products and our services to these people here? And once I realized that for years I'd been spending money, I had been really beating myself up, trying to advertise, trying to market and get these results without applying some of these really skill sets and principles that these departments show, it made me feel so much better. So that is the whole purpose of the Small Business Advertising Seminar. We're going to cover some of these middle areas here so that you are able to make a great decision, not only with the people you go after, but also the platforms that you use. So I hope you enjoy it. It is a dense training. We've got 4 lessons ranging between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. There's a lot there, but as you can see, I'm just trying to condense everything that I've learned and that's helped me and transformed my marketing and advertising, because I know it will help you too. So click the button below and let's get started.